What's up? On the speakers or headphones right now, Jay-Z, Dope Man. All right, let's do this. So, working on a new thing. This is not even the right where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm working on a new project. Essentially, I was thinking one day, yesterday, since we're in this like hackathon, we're trying to pull a lot of hours. And what occurred to me is that one of the reasons for that is not just to build things, it is also to get faster, more efficient, learn, like put more shots up. Because when I'm at home, you have a certain amount of time, you have to eat, work out, clean, run errands, take kid to the doctor, get groceries, pick kid up. Like, you know, working for myself is awesome, but you have a lot of stuff you have to do, and since I am unemployed and have been for a long time, man, I was in the first wave of tech not hiring people, or getting rid of people, and so I think in this environment, this is really helpful because it's very sterile. I get to work as hard as I want. Yesterday, basically, I mean, it's bad for your eyes, it's bad for your psyche because you're not interacting with anybody. So yesterday, just worked straight through. Got here at like 2, worked till midnight. Got some wraps on the way. So I've just been eating off wraps every time I want a snack, like these very hearty wraps from Costco. And then woke up at 4. So I had about 4 hours of sleep and then get back to it. And so this project is something that I came up with just yesterday. I was just moving around packing. And I've mentioned this before, we have components from other things. And so I already know how to do 11 labs and all these other things. And so I realized, wait, one use of Double Me could be to help people get agents. Except for there's so many companies out here that have like this idea of like, oh, we're going to do agent here. Let me show you. And I'm not, no shots, no shade. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Okay. Getting an AI agent for my company. All right, let's go. Ready? Relevance AI. That's not an ad. I'm trying to go for non-sponsored things. Build AI teammates. Vertex AI. I don't even know what that is. I mean, I know what Vertex is. ServiceNow. Mind AI Studio for my small business. Now we're gonna go through them. I'm just gonna type in a couple of search things. I want y'all to see kind of where I'm coming from right now. Let's even go to this thing. 10 best things for small business. First of all, you have to like basically read through all this stuff, right? So I know Jasper, obviously Warmly is going to put themselves first. I don't know, like even lie and say that you're not going to put yourself first. Okay, so look, AI marketing ops, TAM analysis, lead scoring, routing, AI demand gen, targeting campaigns at scale, AI SDR, AI co-pilots. What does that mean to a small business owner who doesn't know, who's just heard some stuff? That's all they've done. They just heard some stuff. They don't know what this is. They don't know, like, for you, like, this is fine for yourself, your team, your enterprise, no coding required, right? Design, build, and deploy AI agents. What? That sounds technical. Over 100 templates for all kinds of businesses. Too many. You see what I mean? All these like this is great, but if I'm a small business, I've probably never used Make. I might have heard of Zapier. I've never heard of NAN, which I don't know how you pronounce that. I've heard about UiPath because I've studied their RPA model for like almost a decade now. I know automation area. Most people don't. Blue Prism. Not only that, they don't even provide links so that I can click into those places so I can learn more. So if you're saying Mind Studio is better, but you don't even give me a chance to like easily click in to evaluate. You see what I mean? Like, I get it. Secure and private. I understand. Like, you want all these things. Here's the problem. A lot of text. A lot of text. A lot of text. I'm not going to read all these little cues, all these little cards. I get it. I understand. ServiceNow. I look at AI, put AI to work for you. Sounds great. If I'm already on ServiceNow, this is perfect. But again, I'm not saying, like, people who are used to ServiceNow are fine. But if I'm just Googling, cool, all this stuff is great. Where's the price? How much does it cost? How easy is it? How do I set it up? I don't want to schedule a demo. So you see, you start having these, like, you start seeing why small businesses and people who are just like my mother-in-law, like people who just want to know how to do it. They don't want to know this information. I mean, maybe they do. They want to have this information available to them, but I'm not sure they want to know this on the front side. And so what I want to do, and obviously you're not going to understand Google Cloud if you haven't dealt with it a lot. Again, if you've heard Zapier, this is great. They have their pricing that's pretty easily accessible. I need to actually work on Zapier. I haven't used it yet, but I have some, now that I'm building back-end workflows and I have a Zapier account that I've had, for 10 years, I feel like there's an opportunity here to use agents for the backside of all the apps that I'm building. I think that could be really interesting. Just like attach a, not a workflow, but there could be some complex ops that I could think of pulling off. And it wouldn't be any of these things. It would be essentially like tapping in a webhook into all of my backend projects across all built by 6 products, and then getting like updates for every single like summarization updates in my email of like, hey, these are new customers. Here's what they're coming in for. Here's where they're from. Here might be some cross-selling opportunities. Like if they sign up for the interviewing app, here's they might need reference 1. Let's go ahead and send them an email for a 75% discount code for reference 1 for the first 20 references. See what I mean? So there's some opportunity here to use where I don't have to build a mono repo, and I don't have to build another how should I put this? I don't have to build another Supabase database to just collect all that information and then summarize the things for me and provide like different understanding based on like people's conversations with my doubles for all of the products. So that can get really fun, I feel like. So I'm going to use this eventually because I know Zapier really well. That's actually how I learned, how I picked up some of this other stuff so fast. Build teams of AI that deliver human quality work. Cool. Why would they not deliver human quality work? So now I'm like, you see what I mean? Like all these things built for ops teams. See, this is cool. So yep, this is also cool. It's great. I've said this before. All of the products that I want to build, all abstract all of this. I'm not even sure I want to use AI for most of them, even though they use AI heavily on the backside. Like, give your website a voice. Create an AI voice agent that understands. I didn't even write this, by the way. This is all Bolt copy. No coding required. Copy URL, pick a voice, add the widget. I might just leave that there. I'm not even kidding. See how simple, like, and by the way, this wasn't me. This was just talking back and forth with ChatGPT and came up with this. See, like all I did was I went here and I said, can you create a beautiful and elegant prompt for Bolt.new to use to create an initial product in Bolt? I want this to be something that's so powerful and impactful for the people who want to use it, because we really want to be easy to use. We want to be something that brand small business can just plug into their websites and pull out of, or I meant to say roll out with a voice agent that is just going to hopefully change the way they do customer service, change the way they take calls, things like that. And we would love for there to be a really intuitive flow for how all the pages work together and things like that. So, by the way, I'm not 100%, like I haven't even gone on the backside. I'm just saying, like, this is the onboarding flow. It's simple. We're not even trying to do a lot. Let's see what's happening on the backside. Backside. I'm going to simplify this a little bit more. Yeah. See, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Distribution's easy. Phone. We got to put that into Twilio. We got to basically do a back-end Twilio on this, which will be fine. And then billing. Man, I'm proud of us. I'm proud of us. I usually like to overbuild. Yeah. Okay. So anonymous visitor, we might ask them for their name and phone number. So then we can start building like a CRM. So we might want to build a CRM. See you cooking now. All right, where are my follow-ups though? Okay, here I'm gonna go. I see that you have. I did not sign in to do this, by the way, but it's gonna bother me, and I'm gonna forget it later. I won't forget. I'll find it again, just by looking through the flow. If us in the conversation details, maybe we should also have a follow-ups page that is linked to in the that is a sub menu under the conversations page in the menu, sidebar menu. Whenever someone clicks on follow ups in the conversation details, it automatically opens in a new tab the follow up item in the follow ups page. In that follow up item, the user. No, I'm not going to add comments there. That's just going to add more data. We'll do that later. Like if we need to, if a customer asks. Okay, so like back to what I was going to say. So we created all this stuff up. So Bolt, so we're having Bolt work on this right now. We're doing dynamic reasoning because since we do so much of our front end and back end on using Claude and OpenAI and ChatGPT right now, we don't necessarily need to use Bolt a ton, except for spinning up these new projects, get a visual representation of what a product's going to look like, and then making edits that way. Because then we always use this to help with, we always use Claude to help with some of the other pieces. And so essentially what I did for the first time, I've never done this before because it takes up, but now that I have, I just wanted to keep testing this out. So what I did is I put in the front end, which is now out of, oh, can I just, oh, I was just wondering how that would work. Oh my gosh, I was just wondering. I was like, how is that going to work? How is it going to keep track of it if I just put it up here? Oh man. Oh, and I could just update it that way in case it. Oh, okay, that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. I didn't know it could do that. That's crazy. Okay, so essentially what I've been doing is that every time I start a new conversation, I would essentially go into here and I'd hit the plus button and I'd go add from GitHub. The reason I did that is because I wanted granular control over how much aperture and the context window that Claude had, because it has one of the lowest context windows. I think they just announced that they were excited about having 200,000 tokens, whereas Google and what was it, Gemini 2.5 Pro that they released months ago, they started with 1 million, and now I think OpenAI is at 1 million for their O1 Pro models. O3 Pro. And so, which I've never used. And so the fact that, 99 Problems just came on. It's blaring in my ears. Rick Rubin, ironically, just did a book with Anthropic that I've heard is not very good. And so, I mean, well designed, but not really impactful. And so what I have done here is I usually just go one by one, and I'll go file by file. Sometimes if it's a small file, I'll just do this because it'll only add 57% of the capacity. But then today I was like, you know what? Let me try, they increased the context window. Let me try. And it's still taking up 18% capacity, and that'll keep going up and down. But I can now have it synced for every single channel. I don't know if you've seen me in previous videos. Every single time I type a new thing, when I'm starting a new conversation, I add my GitHub stuff. And once you add it, it is now working off past information. So that's why I kept re-adding it every new channel or every new conversation, because it would kind of, as I would work with it in one thing, it would change the code base. So I would either have to re-update it inside a lower chat down here, or I'd have to start a new conversation up here and then redo it. So what I was looking for is I was thinking, well, I'm gonna have to exit out of this and then upload it again, because the Gen framework doc will probably say the same. But it has a sync now, and not only does it have a sync now, you can also go back and forth and pull things out and in as you need. Like package lock JSON is a very heavy file every single time. On both of them, by the way. So it's 16% that one, and then on this one it'll be like 80%. So this 19% I think is pulling. So also what happens is that once this bar gets up here, it stops the conversation. So you really don't want to get this up too high, because then you won't be able to start 80 conversations, which it'll tell you. Anyways, I'm nerding out. Not really nerding out, because I guess maybe, I don't know. Depends on how much you like to learn and discover new things. Let's go, man. That's so cool. So anyways, I'm just saying, it went through everything and said, hey, you got all this stuff on your front end. This is what you have for your back end. Let's go ahead and start working on your back end, which I'm good with. This would be perfect. I have my other laptop here. So this would be perfect for, let's see if it follows my instructions. I made an instruction that said, don't do this little thing where you put all the artifacts up here. I don't like it. Oh yeah, it's doing it. Yes. It kept putting all this stuff up here, and it would just tell me all the things that it did, and then it would make me like cycle. Oh, I think it just did it. It did. I don't know why it does that. I don't like this. Because then I have to go in, because then it adds them all over here, and then you lose track of which ones you've done. Wait. What's chat controls? Like, I just don't particularly like it, to be honest. Because then you have to go back and forth over and over and over again. So it's going to cook a little bit. Right now, let's just go through. Let's keep working with Bolt a little bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the follow-ups. Oops, sorry. On the follow-ups page, I would like it so that if someone clicks on the cards that has the statuses, the count for each status, it automatically filters the list. When they click the card at the top of the page, then it reveals all of the follow-ups again. So essentially, the cards work as a filtering mechanic. Also, I want to be able to to the left of the type. I don't want there to be a click. To the right. Also, I want there to be a hover animation that happens when someone hovers over the status of a follow-up that slides out a checkbox that when checked automatically no, let's not do that because I only have 3 statuses. It's almost like when you click a pending, it should automatically be a function where when you click pending, the pending task on any row of a follow-up automatically switches the status to completed. If it is clicked, if a status that says completed is clicked, then it goes back to new. So you can see it's already kind of feeling a little bit like double me. It's just gonna be a little different. Okay, another thing I've learned, as you know, I built out this template now. So now I'm starting to put initial prompt up here. It really should be in user stories. That's where I put the MVP or feature memo. That kind of helps me work through some things. So I basically put this feature memo. By the way, I downloaded this feature memo that ChatGPT created for me as a PDF, and that is what this thing is. That's what this is right here. So by the way, I mean, I told you before, like this whole weekend is more or less to help me get faster. I want to build out products, but I also want to move way faster. And so this is helping me understand my own workflow, like having ChatGPT create a comprehensive feature and functionality memo. I've never done that before. And then I had it give me an initial prompt that was detailed. I love what it came out with. I've never put my GitHub repos so they're easy to catch. And the reason I did that is because I can come here. That opens up. Immediately you hop into here, hop into code spaces. Done. So I wanted there to be a really easy way to do that. So like I don't even have a project folder for this yet. That's funny. I've just been like chatting with it. Not even a long time. I kind of knew what I already wanted. Okay. Huh. So I probably made a mistake in, I gave it too many things to do, to be honest. Oh, you see the math working up here? See the math working? Yeah. This isn't working. Okay. Filtering system. Earlier, where when the user is on the follow-ups page and clicks on the cards, follow-ups overdue or completed. It's not working. When a user clicks any of these cards, it should filter down the follow-ups that are in view. And when the card should stay depressed so that the user can visually see that they are filtering. When the user depresses the card, then that layer of the filter is lifted. That's not going to work out well. That depressed and undepressed. I was like, what is it? What does it sound when you unclick? Like when you click something, the button is depressed. But what's the word for when it pops back out? I don't know. Oh, you still typing, huh, Opus? Yeah, all these are all files. The good thing is that I think previously, I think what I did here is I created a checklist. So I think I'll do. How do I want to do this though? Because now that I don't really need. I don't really need a user stories like I used to. Not really sure what to do. Do MEP again. I'm just gonna put this down here, I guess, because I'm gonna take. Last time it worked really well to take all this information and copy and paste it. You know, it's interesting. Someone asked me recently, you know, is the goal of this, like this process, to like have 100% of the code written for all these products by AI? Not really. It's just to get these out into the world, test them out, because I can build functional things quickly. And so I don't need to hire. Eesh. So I don't really need to hire someone at this point or like recruit a technical co-founder or any of that stuff. I got this for now. And then later on, if something really takes off and we actually do need a bunch of engineers, then I would have someone come in. And like redo some of the code. But as I had told someone before, I really think that AI codes for AI to be able to like read that code and interact with it efficiently. I don't think it's writing for humans. And that's why a lot of humans don't like the code that AI writes and why AI keeps trying to correct human code. Okay. So I'm wondering, I really don't have much to do here, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I guess I could set up infra. But I don't really want to because it costs money and time. I could work on some features with ChatGPT, I guess. Here, I wonder if it can help me with a couple things. I'm actually making up stuff because Bolt and Claude are going fine. You think through the opportunities for growth that we could have with this product. I want to explore what my initial go-to-market motion can be to get initial customers. And then I'm going to work on pricing. For diasona. Name of it? Okay. Yeah, I usually wait a while till I start like deploying things because you got to deploy it to Netlify, you got to get a super base, you got a couple of things that you can do that I'm like not ready for quite yet. Okay. On the follow-ups page, when a user clicks on the due date, a modal pops up that allows them to move the date with a full calendar UI. The default will be the day that it is when the user opens the calendar. So it defaults to today. Underneath the calendar are 3 quick buttons. One day, 1 week, month. So work on that. So now we're working on functionality, and this will adjust some of the things on the front end. Okay, so let's go through what it. Yeah, I'm not really concerned about any of this stuff. I just okay, it's a strategy memo. All right, let's see what you got. Okay, 50, 100. I don't need a 1 to 3 year plan, but you cooking. See, like e-commerce, all that is gonna y'all are gonna get that. Like, I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised that Shopify hasn't come out with something that just allows you to just automatically like add, like with the click of a button, add 11 Labs like voice agent based on all your purchasing flows and everything. That's tied into your CRM. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think this App Store insert is interesting. I think this is interesting. If we can figure out how to get all the product information and then actually work ecom or purchasing like workflows all through the voice AI agent, I think that's kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's kind of dope. I think if I just, yeah, I think that'd be cool. This is cool. Okay, you're cooking. All right, I got you. I got you. You know what you're doing. Okay, I got you. Okay. Jeez. Okay. So in that case, we need to be able to think through how we might plug into things like in e-commerce and med spa backend. Because one thing I really don't want to do is like do external integrations if I don't have to. But if it's saying that we need to do a med spa, like we gotta start thinking through that. So it's almost like, because if you think about it, you might need to have an easy integration so that if someone is using Shopify, yes, we can scrape their product information, but we actually can't do purchasing if we aren't tied to their back end, which would be is there any way that we can stay outside of it so that we simply have diasona as a top level layer? Experience purposes, and then we relay information from the customer to the business owner. Oops. I really do not want to build like a that was a long thing I had to think through. I really do not want to build like deep integrations. You have to get a lot of approvals for stuff like that. Okay, it's done. Wow. Man, I can make to help code this out in VS this structure out. See if it can help me. Just go ahead and build this really quickly. My back end. Yeah. I wonder how long this video is at this point. Nice. I'm sure it's just because because it's supposed to be responsive. Why is that working? You're at 1.3. What are you at? 1 point something? Sometimes you're at 2. Okay, you're not that high yet. I appreciate that. Yeah, I see you. Cool. I didn't expect that. I didn't know it would go both ways. That's cool. All right. So if I view this, and this gives me the conversation, right? Click here and upgrade. All right, cool. Cool. I think we're good there. Okay, what's this called? User clicks outside of the date picker modal. While the modal is open, the modal closes. That should be obvious. I don't know why. Well, whatever. All right, I gotta do the fun part of. Oh, it did list them out. No, it didn't. It almost did. Oh no, this is just this part. All right, cool. I'm gonna do all this stuff, build it out, hit you all up next time. See you.